Welcome everyone back to the SimZone. We're here for the 90 minutes of Watkins Glen, one of the new tracks released as a part of the American GT DLC. And we've got 46 cars on track at the moment. Currently 7 minutes left of this qualifying session, and we've got the number 73 Porsche sitting on provisional pole. 78 Porsche, sorry. And he looks like he's going to come out of the pits to try and improve his time. We've got Linsner here in the 21 Audi. Oh, there's Aston Martin just off in front of him there. And currently in P2, just 300ths off of that provisional pole time. And I think he may have lost some time there as a result of that Aston Martin just going off in front of him. Yeah, he's currently a 10th down, but still a bit of the lap left to go. He's just into, I believe, sector 3 there. So, yeah, definitely not up on his time. Glen, a driver who's raced with us before, I believe it was at Bathurst, but he's back out on track with us here. And currently sitting in P3, is 3/10 up. Could he put it on provisional pole here? 4/10 up. He's just got that last corner. No, he's hit the wall there. Pushing the car a bit too much. And I think he's going to have to return the car to the pits to repair that damage then. Really unfortunate. He would have been on pole. He still does cross the line with a slight improvement, even after hitting the wall. But he definitely has it in him. Is there enough time left in this qualifying session for him to get that lap together once again? Currently watching Kieran in P4 in the 71 BMW. Coming up towards the penultimate corner is one of the drivers for TNSport Racing International, and he's going to return the car to the pits. Luke Andrews currently second down there on the provisional pole time. Isn't on a lap currently. I believe this is an out lap for him. So let's look further down the field as well. The next car to cross the line, we've had the 179 car cross the line. I think the next one who is on a valid lap is going to be Roman Kruz in the 113 BMW here. And he is 4/10 up. Lost some time there. He seemed to have had a bit of a wiggle on the exit. Currently 5.2 seconds off. I know this track's going to be very new to a lot of the drivers out on track. It's only just been released yesterday, but he crosses the line with a slight improvement. Not enough to gain a position, and it looks like he's going to return the car to the pits. We've got yellow flags out on track. Oh, BMW's lost it there through the bus stop chicane. But yeah, nice mix of cars on the grid as well. We've got the number 3 Ferrari, they're just moving out the way for one of the BMWs. Obviously not on the lap. The number 91 car that's about to cross the line. Let's see if you can catch them in time. Well, we might not be able to here. There we go. Valek there put into P6. Good to see Valek back out on track with us, running the Porsche, the number 91 once again. Big fan of Porsche is Valek. But the top 2 in this qualifying session remain the same. Lanes are still on track. I believe may have just exited there. He's going to be on a hot lap now, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, he's on his hot lap here. So let's go on board with him, see if we can hook it together. There we go, using all of the curves of the bus stop. Oh, he's taking a bit too much there, just unsettled the Mercedes. And that's going to be an invalid lap there for Glen. I think may have been a commentator's curse as soon as we went on board with him. Unfortunately, he did make a mistake. We've got a Porsche there, off in the background. Not sure if they're going to return the car to the pit. That may have been, yeah, that's Hemming there in P6. I think it may just be sorting something out there. Oh, BMW very, very wide. And yeah, there we go, that's Hemming into the pit. May be able to get one more lap in. It's going to be tough. It's going to be very close. But we've got the number 78 Porsche on provisional pole here. Can he find any more time on this lap? Currently a 10th down. Porsche seems to be quite strong here. No, doesn't look like he's currently up for an improvement. We'll keep an eye on him though. Luke Andrews, 2/10 up on his time, coming through the bus stop chicane now. You can see those curves. Really do like to unsettle the cars. So bouncy they are. Pretty much like rumble strips, those curves. But no problem there for Luke Andrews. And he's still 2/10 up. This could possibly see him in P4. Nufriev in the number 45 BMW, currently sitting in P4. Coming through the bus stop chicane now, but doesn't seem to be up on his time just yet. Kieran just behind there is 2/10 up. He could be looking to gain a few positions in the final moments of this qualifying session as well. Luke Andrews now, oh, he's invalidated his lap, and he is coming up to the final few corners. But Kieran Fidigo there, we'll go on board with him for the final few corners here at Watkins Glen. The top 2 in the pit, so they won't be able to improve. That's their qualifying session over. Go 3/10 up. He's maybe. Oh, the BMW's got to be careful there. That wasn't the best thing to do, but Vidigo is going to cross the line. And where is he going to put it? P4 there for Vidigo. Very good lap. Cutting it quite close. Hemming's going to finish off this lap, matching his personal best. Oh, he's gained 3/10 there. This could put him in P5. 4/10 even. See if he can find any more time whatsoever. I'm sure he's going to be feeling the pressure. 5/10 up now this lap. Half a second for Hemming could potentially put him on the second row here. We're in the bright pink Porsche. Car seems to be very, very stable. And there we go, he's approaching the penultimate corner now. Or at the final corner even, sorry. Using all that curb on the outside. Oh, he seems to have lost a few tenths there, but where is it going to put him? He crosses the line, and it's going to be P5 there for Hemming. But that's your qualifying session over, and we'll be back very, very shortly for this 90-minute race here at Watkins Glen. go on the formation lap here with the drivers. We're going to be trying to get as much heat into their tyres as possible. With track temp currently 33 degrees, quite warm here at Watkins Glen, which is what you'd expect, and ambient temp being 26 degrees. Not too much cloud cover, but it's not going to affect the drivers much at all, and we've not got any wind, so the drivers are going to be happy with that as well. But as we saw, the 78 Porsche taking pole in that qualifying session, with the 21 Audi in P2 lining up on the front row with him, Blaine Hall in P3 in the 22 AMG, and then Vidigo in P4 on the second row in that 71 BMW M4. But definitely a very close qualifying session between the top two. I believe it was just 300ths separating those. And 3 different manufacturers as well in the top 3 of that qualifying session, which is definitely good to see. Got quite a few M4s out on track as well, not as many as you usually see. But they seem to be quite strong here at Watkins Glen. Definitely the BMWs like the high downforce tracks. It's where they excel at. They don't have the best top speed, and they're very, very quick in the corners. Likewise with the Porsches, they've got similar characteristics. They're very quick in the corners, but not so good on the straights. And Watkins Glen being 3.3 miles or 5.4 kilometers, whichever unit you prefer. And it has got 11 turns as well, so plenty of corners, plenty of moves to be made on this track. Make sure to like and subscribe to the stream as well. Hit that bell to be notified when we do go live. We will be hosting some more events on these new tracks shortly. So keep your eyes open if you are interested in signing up for any future events that we do hold. The drivers should shortly be lining up side by side. You can see there the Porsche just weaving, trying to get some more heat into his tyres, and we are lining up side by side now, just preparing for the race start. We've got Fast Matt, Deedee in the comments saying good luck to all. Paul Moy as well saying good luck. And Tequila, I believe that is 10TFS, who races on the PlayStation platform. But here we go, coming down this start-finish straight now. Who's going to get the jump into turn 1? Are we going to have a clean start? It's not the easiest of corners. Definitely don't want to do what that sign says, and we are green. That sign says go bowling. Let's hope it doesn't happen into turn 1. But we are 2 wide, 3 wide in the background in some places. But the Audi on the outside there of turn 1, I think he may have got that move done already. Vincent, yes he has, already into P1. Just getting the better start, and later on the brakes into turn 1, but he's going to lead the race here. Blaine Hall coming down this long straight. He's going to have the advantage over the Porsche. He's going to have the slipstream there on the Audi just up in front as well. So looks like he's got that move done just about, managed to squeeze through. And we may have had some incidents on the opening lap. It doesn't seem to be too bad. You see the grid in behind. Oh, that's a BMW running slightly wide in the background. Not exactly sure who that is. But Blaine, like we said, into P2. Look at the train of cars behind. The pink Porsche of, I believe that's Hemming, looking to get a move done on Vidigo just up ahead. Got a Nufriev in P6. Valik in P7 in the Porsche. You can't even see him. There we go. And he's got Soldatov very close behind with Andrews. That's who we saw going wide a few corners ago. But he seems to have held it together. And you can see in the background there's another BMW looking down the inside. I think that was Ali having to defend his position from Lee in the number 9 BMW. There's so many BMWs here out on track. We've got a few AMGs, P16 and P17. Greaveson there in the number 54 AMG has got the number 2 Mercedes behind him, and that's a BMW looking down the inside into turn 1. But oh, there's a BMW off there in the background. He's going to need to be very careful. I think that's no, Torsha into the pits for his mandatory. Oh, he's going to drive through as well, and it looks like that BMW that spun last corner has had to caused a bit of a collision there. The Ferrari, trying to move out the way, has collected another car. And that is Michael Thomas who's been collected, unfortunately. And the Ferrari of Gunderson is going to try and get it spun round, but not what we want to see there, unfortunate. It's quite a tight track. So I think the Ferrari should have really held their position there. Held their brakes at least, but Vincent leading the race now. Blaine still right at the back of him, likewise is the number 78 Porsche. These three look like they're going to be battling out for the entirety of this race here. But this camera angle really does show you the elevation changes here at Watkins Glen. That is Hemming there just in front of Soldatov. Soldatov looking left and right, trying to get past. Is he going to go for a move up the inside here? No, he's going to stay put and play the waiting game. Bit of a slide there for Hemming, who's got Valek just up in front. So Valek leading this train. 2 seconds to Vidigo up in front. So he doesn't really have to worry about him, but he's got this massive train right behind him. Looking further down the field, then we've got battles all over the grid here. Let's look right towards the back. Michael Thomas still seems to be in no man's land there after the incident. Torsha, who hasn't served his mandatory stop, so that was his drive-through that he served earlier on, and it's not going to be good for him. Oh, that same BMW there in the background, losing the car. Martinez really not having fun with that BMW, I don't think, especially in that last corner. Jan Barth has lost the car there, and he's going to pick up some damage. He's going to have to wait to rejoin there, and he does so safely. But go back to the midfield battle here. Ali Bengali in P12 has got a group of cars surrounding him. Let's go on board. See there in front, that is Kirill in the number 992 BMW, and behind us, or behind Bengali, we have the number 83 BMW of Michael Goh. Looks like the 83 BMW not close enough to get a move done coming into turn 1. He's going to have the slipstream though, but whether it's going to help him much, I don't think so. A bit wide there for the 404 BMW, but I believe still within track limits. Completely flat out this section, all the way down to the bus stop. We go back trackside to the battle for P2. Lane now loses in time to the number 21 Audi just up ahead. He's having to find himself defending from the 78 Porsche just behind. Obviously the Porsche is going to be much quicker in the corners. I'm not too sure about the BOP here at Watkins. The Porsche there just able to be much later on the brakes, get the car turned in much more quicker than the Mercedes of Blaine. But Blaine doing a good job at holding his own here. They haven't actually lost much time to the Audi in front. The gaps have pretty much been the same. In fact, it looks like it's come down slightly. It's saying 8 tenths. I think it's slightly less than that. We'll see once they cross the start-finish line what the delta is. But maybe a mistake from the Audi in front. Neither of these three drivers going to pit just yet. They've got nothing to worry about. And the gap, it is the same. So that 8 tenths doesn't look too big when you're trackside. And a bit of a slide there on the exit of turn 1. That's allowed the 78 Porsche to get right up to the back of him. But is he going to have enough speed coming down this straight? Is that Porsche going to have the legs to get past the Mercedes of Blaine here? I reckon if he stays in the slipstream, he might be able to. The closing speed, and he's going to have a look down the inside there, but no, he's had to back out of that. And that could have ended in disaster if the Porsche went for the move, but he definitely knows better than that. And looking in the background, that is Vertigo having to hold off Valek, who's found some pace now. It looks like he's got into the groove of things. Valek breaking away from the pack behind him. And he's looking for another position here, fighting for P4. They're going to have to be careful though if they continue to battle. That is Soldatov in P6. Just behind them, he's going to catch up at a rate of knots if these two don't be careful. Now let's look further down the field. We've got another battle going on for P16. Seems to be the number 2 AMG having to defend that position from the 99 McLaren of Sorelli there. Now McLaren looks to have got the better exit. Is he going to have a look down into turn 1? No, don't think he's close enough. And we've got 2 BMWs, I believe, in the background. That may have been even Alexievich and the number 973 BMW, who were going side by side into turn 1, and I believe it was. But the 973 AMG upper position into P18. That will update on the timings there once we cross the next sector line. There we go, it's updated for us now. No damage on either of these cars, but those curves, you can see how much it unsettles the car. They've managed to hold on. They're catching up to this pack up ahead. Could be a 4 or 5 car battle here. We've got Donatas in P20 with the number 31. Aston not too far behind either. There's definitely potential for quite a big battle here. Back to the race leaders then. 21 Audi with nearly a 2-second gap there to Blaine Hall. Blaine Hall has gapped the 78 Porsche slightly. God, we're only 10 minutes into this race. It's felt like we've been an hour in. Looking at the battle for P10. Oh, what's happened to Nufriev? No, he seems to be okay there. Just saw some white flags. So, may have lost the car somewhere. Currently running in P8, and we've got a huge train here. That's Tomlin in P9, who's got 3 cars behind him. Let's get the rear view wing cam on this Audi. He's got, in fact, 3 BMW M4s all in his rear view mirror. Definitely not a sight you'd want to see, and they're going to be side by side coming through the bus stop. The BMW on the inside, that is Kirill with a great move, much later on the brakes, and he's up into P10. But looking in the background, that is number 83 BMW of Michael I believe gaining another position there on Ali Bengali. So Bengali losing 2 positions in that bus stop. And it may even be looking to lose another, because that is Lee King just behind him there in P13. Looks like Hemming down in P14. A bit of a slide there, but he's held on to that very well. And that seems to be an Audi on a different strategy just behind him. Oh no, sorry, it's not. That is Sergey in the 420 Audi, who's actually battling for position. So very interesting there. He's got the move done. Has Valek on Vidigo. And he's going to slightly pull away now. He's already opened up a 1 second gap actually to Vidigo. But Soldatov now looking to get a move done. So Vidigo loses some time early on in this race. Maybe something to do with tyre pressures. And Soldatov there is going to have the better exit, using the slipstream to his advantage. He's on the marbles though, doesn't really want to be on that, and he pulls over to the racing line. And he's going to get that move done well before the corner. And he goes up into P5. Got another battle down for P21. That's Goldsev and the number 6 Audi going side by side here, coming down towards the bus stop. Who's going to be later on the brakes? It's going to be Aston there of Goldsev on the outside, and he's got that move done. You can see they're just bouncing over those curbs. It looks like it's going to throw the car off, and sometimes it can, but in this case the Aston Martin having no troubles with it whatsoever. Looking at the gap between these two, it says 1,000, but it has increased. So Michael there, the number 83 at BMW, possibly was side by side with Bengali. Now Michael starting in P15 has gained 4 positions off the start, so a very strong start here for Michael. But he's going to have to be careful, he's got a haul of cars behind him. And the Porsche there having a very late look down the inside. I think he's not going to have, he's not going to get that move done. But oh, that is Lee King. I think leaving the space with the Porsche. I think he anticipated the dive there, and just had to leave some space. Otherwise, that would have ended in tears for the both of them. And as a result, Lee running slightly wide into turn 1. But obviously, this being a very long race, don't think he's going to be too bothered with that. He's going to try and follow the Porsche of Hemming through. That's the best thing to do if you've got a faster car behind you and you're trying to work together, especially so early on into the race. You can benefit from it. And I believe no one has actually served the mandatory stop just yet. That is Michael there, slightly deep into the corner, and the Porsche there of Hemming has got the move done. So 2 positions gained there on this lap, and he's up into P11 is Hemmings. Very good moves there, and looks like he's going to hold on, so no immediate reply back from Michael nor Lee King, both running the same livery there. I believe they are teammates, not 100% sure. See in the background that's Sergey and the number 973 BMW, sorry, not BMW, I'm saying BMW too often because there's so many on the grid, but the AMG 973 is catching up, and he's side by side actually with Sergey. He's got the move done even before turn 1, but Sergey going for an immediate reply back there. Had a look down the inside, but I think had to jump on the brakes much earlier to avoid a collision there. It's so easy to run wide into turn 1 as well. Very deceiving. And that is the 973 Mercedes up into P14. Looking further down, looks like we've got Donatas in the Lexus. We know the Lexus is very, very quick on the straights, and he's proving that he's going to have a look down the inside into the bus stop chicane. They're going to have to leave each other room. Oh, contact for the two, and that's Donatas facing the wrong way in the bus stop chicane. I think possibly a very late move there for Donatas, and unfortunately coming into contact with Alexievich in the BMW Hall. He's got some heavy damage, severe damage on the front of that BMW. And he's going to, I assume, he's going to pit now and definitely serve his mandatory pit stop. But unfortunate contact between the two. Now looking down, further down the field, that is Carl Van Horn in P29, right in the back of, believe that's David Balcom in front. He's going very, very defensive. Carl having a look down the inside, bit of a dummy there. Don't think it would have paid off well if he went for that move, but he has to be careful. There's another Aston Martin behind him, the number 25 Aston of Cargaloo there. I hope I pronounced that right. But he's just waiting in the wings of these two, waiting for them to trip up on each other and make any mistakes so he can pounce. And as we say that, Carl Van Horn running slightly wide, the Aston behind him following him though. And these two have lost some time to Balcom just up in front. And yeah, we do have quite a few drivers that have served their mandatory stops. Number 13 McLaren now to the pits. Whereas Alexievich, there we go, limping back into the pits. Whereas Blaine, oh, he's run very wide there. Not sure what's happened. Could there have been contact? I don't think there was. Didn't seem to be that close to anyone. Maybe a lapse of concentration there from Blaine. He's lost the position to the number 78 Porsche. Yeah, there's no damage on the on his car, so maybe distracted by something else. And is he going to go into the pit this lap? No, he's going to stay out on track. Definitely can leave it out for as long as possible. But look at that, Valek in the background is catching up. That last lap, Valek a 1:45.7. 3 seconds quicker than Blaine Hall. Obviously, he made a mistake, but pretty much matching the number 78 Porsche there in terms of lap time. The race leader. We haven't really talked about too much apart from the start of the race. The 21 Audi of Vincent lapping at a 1:45 flat, so he almost into the 1:44s, and also has the fastest lap of the race at 1:44.6. So unbelievable pace here, but you never know. Anything can happen in racing. We've also got the pit stops to go. So plenty of opportunities for undercuts and overcuts. But looking back down to the battle for P11 here. Got Hemming just in front. And a big slide there from Hemming. Very, very big slide. He saved it once again. And I was mentioning how that Porsche looked quite stable there in the qualifying session. It seems to be all over the place in the race. And that is the 973 Mercedes, who had a look around the outside, is now having a look down the inside. Is he going to be later on the brakes? Looks like he is, and he was committed to that move. And he's got the job done. Very good move there from the Mercedes. And he's up into P11. A little bit sideways there for Lee King in the background. And look, just up ahead, that is Dennis trying to get a move done on Bengali. Bengali's definitely going to be feeling the pressure, but he hasn't been able to catch a break so far. He's been having to defend lap after lap from different drivers. But oh, a huge mistake there, and wow, that was a very good save there from Dennis. Definitely not sure how he did that. But caught the car just in time, a bit of contact there between Hemming and Dennis. But nothing to worry about for either of them. And somehow Dennis also keeps that position. What a save. I think it's one of the best saves we've seen so far. And looking down at Donatas after his spin in the bus stop. He's got Greason just up ahead, and he's going to have a look down the inside. I think just a bit of a dummy there, but hasn't really phased Greason at all. Obviously the 54 AMG though, as we see, carrying some heavy damage on the front. He's driving through it, and that is Ishan Man in the background there. Just slight mistake. I'm not sure if he was trying to move out the way. Looks like they're still battling for position. No, they are battling for position here, and that's a Lamborghini around the outside there. He's going to have the inside for the final corner. There we go, Roskam up into P24. What a move there, just capitalising on that slight mistake. And that is one of the BMWs being lapped there, just moving out the way for the lead cars. And what's happened to Bengali? He's got some heavy damage on the front end of his car. I'm not sure if he's lost it on his own there. But I think now would be a good time for him to pit. Alessandro there in the background, just behind. Is, I think, easily going to get this move done, without a doubt, just due to that damage that the BMW is carrying. There we go, he's going to get it done. Going to get that move done on the straight. That is Lopez in the number 2 AMG, not too far behind. He's also probably going to get this move done. But yeah, back to the race. Hemming into the pits for his mandatory stop. Looks like the number 3 Ferrari there, just on the back of this pack steel. Let's go on board with him. He's going to have the slipstream coming down this long straight before the bus stop. See that really coming into effect now. He's on the marbles though. Is that going to affect him? He's going to have to back out that sensible driving there from the number 3 Ferrari. It would have ended in disaster. I don't think I've seen anyone going 3 wide through the bus stop. Definitely sensible to back out that move. Slightly different lines for these 3 drivers. Greason going for a slightly later apex. Not sure if that's just due to the damage he's got. You can see they're, I think, struggling to get the car turned in. still on board. Coming down the start-finish straight, looking down the inside, but I think he's going to be early on the brakes here for turn 1, focusing on the exit. Don't think it's helped him though, the Ferrari not the best over the curves. But that Mercedes really struggling there. I think we may expect Grieveson to pit very soon. Ferrari now once again has got the slipstream, but it's not going to be enough to get the move done into the bus stop chicane. See the Ferrari really struggling with the curbs there, especially through the bus stop. And that was Balcom just behind. I think it's definitely going to try and pounce on a move as soon as possible. Especially if one of these drivers makes a mistake. That was Grieveson there just bouncing over the curb. Will he go for a pit stop this lap? We shall see. And we've also got the other battle going on with Carl Van Horn, Cameron. We've got so many cars there battling out for I believe it's the mid-pack, down into P26, sorry, is that battle. Bring this up side by side then. And it looks like that's the Ferrari of Ishan Man. There's was side by side with Grieveson, but he's got the move done. And he's into P22, coming through the bus stop. He maintains that position. Grieveson has managed to hold off for quite a while, especially with that damage. He's done a good job here, but how long can he hold on to P23 with David Balcom very close behind? It's going to be a tough fight there, and we can see that's Carl Van Horn side by side with Cameron on the right hand side of your screen. I've got some advertisement boards flying there in the air, and a huge mistake there for Grieveson. He's now into this battle with the rest of the field. And had a bit of contact, I believe, with one of the Astons. But he's dropped down to P28 here. And I think this is going to be the lap where he pits. That damage not playing in his favour. We seem to have blue flags here out on the track as well. And that BMW just behind, clattering that wall on the exit. Let's see, yes, he is going to serve his pit stop there. Let's hope he doesn't speed into the pits. Very short pit entry, and we'll switch this battle. Torsha, and that seems to be Lopez going side by side through the bus stop, and Torsha up into P16. It's a good move there from the UOL eSports driver. And it looks like we had a car off there just up in front. They may have even retired the car or returned to the pits. I think that may have been Kevin Rowlands who had just returned to the pits there. Torsha closing in on Sergey just up in front, lapping about a second quicker than Sergey. The gap currently about 5.4 seconds, I think it was. Oh no, down to 4.6 seconds. So closing that gap about a second a lap here. Oh, a bit wide there for Torsha into turn 1. We'll go to the battle for P9. That's Tomlin in the number 95 Audi. Looks like he's closing in on Dennis, and it's up into P8 already. And looks like battle for P2 still continues. The 78 Porsche just within a second's reach of Blaine Hall in P3. It's actually got Valek closing in now 2.9 seconds behind. Valek lapping very similar lap times to Blaine and the number 78 Porsche. We'll get a comparison up just in a second. So there we go, that last lap. Valek of 146.3 and for Blaine Hall it's 146.4. To Blaine reeling in, the Porsche just up in front now. The gap is 7 tenths between the two. It was 9 tenths. And it looks like that's one of the Porsches moving out of the way for Valek. Sodatov still very close to Valek though. So I think the number 91 Porsche is going to have his hands full at the moment. He's going to be thinking about defending his position against Sodatov. And oh, a bit wide there for Blaine Hall. He's hit the wall slightly. Shouldn't be too much damage on that Mercedes of his. But you can just tell he's trying to push the car to catch up there to the Porsche just up in front. Now Torsha closing the gap to Sorelli. Let's go on board with Torsha. Wrong side, let's switch sides. There we go. I think he's already got the move done. So no point going on board with him there. Too quick is Torsha. And here he goes up into P15 with that move. Still yet to serve his pit stop. Obviously had a drive-through earlier on this race. But P16 with that drive-through and without pitting. Pretty impressive. And still 53 minutes left of this race to go. Plenty of time to make up some places here. He's only a second and a half back to Sergey now. Balcom on the back of Ishan Man in the number 3 Ferrari. These two have been pretty even on pace for a while now, but I think Ishan slightly quicker than that last time around. Maybe a mistake for Balcom. And he's yet to serve his mandatory pit stop too. Obviously there is no pit window, these drivers have free strategy. It looks like Torsha already on the back of Sergey there. an eye on those two. We'll switch the battle between those two in just a second. It looks like Torsha's already got past there. Oh no, there we go. Yes, he has. And he's already opened up a gap coming down the start-finish straight. So he's up into P14 now. And the next car up ahead for him, 6.7 seconds even. But Alessandro there has got Michael just up ahead of him. He's going to have the slipstream coming down the straight towards the bus stop. He's going to look down the inside here. He's going to need to be later on the brakes. But I think pulling out the slipstream hasn't helped him too much, but he's going to be later on the brakes. And there we go. He's got the move done. Now on the exit of the bus stop, he's going to hold on to that position. Let's go to P11 now here. Lee King battling with Kirill for P10 there. This last sector very, very narrow and twisty. Not really any place to send it down the inside. It's not really heavy braking zones. Next heavy braking zone is into turn 1. But it definitely tightens on the exit here. And that's Andrews into the pits. You see there, a bit of understeer for both those two drivers. And Lee King now has got the slipstream. Look at the closing speed already. He's going to look to the outside. Is he going to be later on the brakes? No, he's backed out of that move. And can he get it done on the exit though? He's going to go for the inside once again. No, he's not able to do that. And Kirill defending very well there. Holds on to P9. Lee King doing everything he can to try and get past. But not being too aggressive. Oh, he seems to have gone a bit too deep on the brakes there. And for the late apex, a bit too late I think. Didn't really help. But are we going to see any of these two dive into the pits? No, we're not. Not this lap at least. So it looks like Lee King wants to get this move done on track. That's Alessandro into the pits, I believe. Yes, it is. Torsha following him in. And they are side by side there. Lee really trying to go for the inside here. But a great battling between these two. Valak now into the pits for his mandatory stop. Let's go back to the battle for P2 here very, very quickly. I was just trying to sort out our second camera angle, our second screen, so we can view another battle at the same time. But we'll get that back up very shortly. Lane back into P2 here. So it's got past the number 78 Porsche, who's maybe made a mistake somewhere. And Lane is going to try and extend this gap now. It's about a second to P3, but P1, Vincent, is 8.8 seconds up the road. Hasn't really had any trouble yet whatsoever. Got the move done very early on the opening lap even into turn 1. And he's managed to pull away since. Down into P21. We've got Borba battling for position here with Kaglu. And oh, stop go 30 there, I've just noticed for Jonatas. I believe that may have been either speeding in the pit lane. Although he hasn't exited the pits yet, I think he's now just serving his stop go 30, so it must have been for speeding in the pit lane then. Jan Barth still in P25, yet to serve his mandatory stop. P16-ish man. He's catching up to Andrews, but these have some different strategies. So obviously, the Ferrari not wanting to lose too much time. But it looks like he's got over a second now. Oh, so maybe a mistake there from Ishan Man there. But the field obviously spreading out slightly now. Oh yeah, another mistake. We've actually got a battle for P19. If I'm not mistaken, yes we do. That's the two. That's the BMW of Kirill and Alessandro in P6. With Torsha just behind. Let's go on board here with Torsha. We're going to have a lovely view of this battle now. As they weave their way past traffic. While we watch this battle, let's have a look at any other comments that have come through. I haven't looked at them much. Andy there in the comments saying you could call Lee King by his nickname Kingy. It's his father. He's been running AKM Racing UK for 15 plus years. Well, it's a long, long time to be running a team, but seems to be very successful. I've seen the name elsewhere before as well. Deedee in the comments saying great battle between the BMWs. I believe that was just before. I can't quite remember who the BMWs were. We've got so many battles going on. It's hard to keep track of who's who. I believe one of them was Kirill, who we're watching just now. We're looking at just now. They're just up ahead. Torsha has got past Alessandro. Very late on the brakes there for Torsha. He's got the car stopped in time. And he knows he's quicker. He just has to find a way past. A slight lift there. And oh, very late on the brakes, very deep into the corner. Torsh's going to have a look down the inside coming to turn 1. The BMW not leaving him much room. He's going to keep him on the inside there. He's going to have to move over there. And Torsha, very experienced driver, I think knew he was going to do that, followed him exactly just to open up the corner for himself, and he's got that move done into P9, into P18 even. He goes. It's a very good move, but oh, looks like Dennis in P12 has got a stop-go 30 there. So he's going to have to serve that, but now the Porsche of Torsha, bit of a rhyme there, I'm not even sure if I'm saying his surname correctly, but he's had to go defensive, and he's going to try and hold its position around the outside. I think he's going to have that position held, as he's going to be on the inside for the next corner, and it's chopping and changing positions between these two. And yes, he's got that position done there. Now Kirill in P18 is going to have to keep an eye out for Alessandro in the background. As you can see there, very, very close between these two. A bit wide, they're kicking up some dirt into the air, was Kirill. And now the Audi having a look down the inside, trying to get into the head of Kirill, but we know how good he is at defending and under high pressure situations. And he's proved it this race so far. But wide once again, just managing to stay away from the wall. That's Dennis now into the pits for his stop-go 30. And as you can see there, Torsha just pulling away to these two behind him. Valek then in P10. As we can see here, it's closing up to the back of Soldatov. So Soldatov's got the move done in the pit stops. Obviously Soldatov was behind Valek beforehand, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And not the best of pit stops for Valek then. Blanehorn now into the pits for his mandatory stop. Kieran Vidigo is in the provisional race lead. But the net race lead, will it still be Vincent? Yes, it is. And Blanehorn is going to come out just behind. Seems like he's closed the gap slightly. Let's see what it is once they cross the next sector line. So, yeah, I think it has been closed down ever so slightly. It was about 8 seconds or so, 8 or 9 seconds before the pit stops. Blanehorn has taken that down to 5.5 now. So really taking some time down, or cut that gap by a few seconds just due to the pit stops. And now he's going to have to navigate past some traffic. That's the hardest part, I think, here at Watkins Glen. Especially if these drivers aren't given blue flags, and if they're on a different strategy. But no, it does look like it's blue flags there for the Ferrari number 3. And back to the battle for P10. Valek is now coming up towards, I believe that's Cameron in the Porsche. Valek still within a second to Soldatov. These two lapping fairly similarly. That last lap though, Valek 3/10 quicker. Traffic is definitely going to come into play. It's a big factor in this race. We've got Kingy now into the pits. We also have a Kingy on console as well, so don't confuse. Try not to get confused with that. For the console guys that are watching, this stream. Dennis in P19 after his stop-go 30, looking to try and get a move done here on Wascam. You can see that he's going to have a look down the inside. The Lamborghini not really going to go defensive. And Dennis up a position into P18. And the next car up ahead, he's got a long way to go. I think he's going to be driving in a bit of no man's land for the rest of this race, barring any mistakes the drivers ahead make. But that's Lopez into the pits. Where is he going to come out in comparison to Dennis? It may be close between these two, in fact. Lopez obviously is not stopping in his box. Actually, no, he's exiting the pit lane. It's not going to be close between those two. Alessandro then on the back of Tomlin. The two Audi drivers here, they're going to be neck and neck, hopefully towards the all the way towards the finish line. They seem to be quite even on pace as well. But with Watkins being such a narrow track, as long as you park the car in the right places, you can hold off the driver behind. It's just the long straights where you might get slipstreamed. We can see it on board with Alessandro, a bit loose on the exit there. Bit of a slide, but he has held it together. Using a bit more curb on the exit than Tomlin just up in front. You can see how much time these slight errors lose you. Down into turn one they go. They have oh, very, very close there for Alessandro. Maybe not the best setup. Obviously, with this being a new track, I don't think the drivers would have had much time to prepare. But they do have Carglaw up in front, who's yet to serve his mandatory pit stop. This could come into effect. And it may even help Alessandro here as we exit the bus stop. Much better exit there for Alessandro. He's going to have a look down the inside, and he's going to be later on the brakes. Oh, I think Tomlin there just closing the door, not enough space for Alessandro to squeeze it down the inside. But he's going for the dummies here, and I think Tomlin did fall for it there. But Alessandro just wasn't close enough to capitalise. He's going to try and do it again. And I know this time, looks like Tomlin has already learnt his lesson. And a bit of a slide on the exit for Tomlin. They're going to be side by side now, coming towards his left-hander. Yellow flag's just up ahead. We've had a car off. Oh yes, very, very off there. Facing the wrong way. I'm not sure what's happened there. What car is that? I think that's Jonas in the number 75 BMW. And he's got it going again. Good that he held his brakes though, didn't collect anyone even. But it's Cameron now who are watching, battling for P26. He's got Cirelli just up in front. Cameron started in P7. Oh, sorry, no, started in P38. So he's made 12 positions up. He's now in P27. I think the most positions gained this race have been from Torsha. I think he started at the back. He's gained 37 positions. Cameron losing some time now to Sorelli's got some 12 seconds behind him, so not posing a threat just yet. But that's Sergei Efremov into the pits once again, possibly due to some damage there. It looks like Carl Van Horn, that is in P24, battling out with David Balcom for position here. Balcom, I think, got that move done down the inside into turn 1. You just saw a glimpse of them earlier on. But the Aston Martin here of Carl Van Horn is going to have the slipstream coming down towards the bus stop. He's going to have a look down the inside. The Mercedes of Balcom really not giving him much room. This could end in disaster, but later in the brakes there for Carl Van Horn. And he's got that move done perfectly. And he's going to hold it on the exit. He should be able to here. This long right-hander is quite a late apex. And yeah, he's got that move back. So Carl Van Horn up into P23. David Balcom's hard work undone by that immediate reply back. And let's look up towards P12. That's Kingy there, just within a few tenths of Tomlin in front, who's dropped some positions here. Alessandro is in P9 now, quite a way ahead. It's about a second and a bit to this group behind him. But that's Tomlin down the inside of Koglu. Koglu obviously still had to serve his pit stop, and I think King is going to try and follow through here. Wasn't able to do just yet. But it seems like that's Kiro into the pits for some reason. And he's dropped down the order. I think he may have retired the car, I'm not too sure. So yeah, Tomlin now able to break away from Kingy behind. That driver in P11, obviously not a back marker, just on a different strategy. Holding up Kingy there. He's going to have a look down the inside, coming to turn 1, still can't get this move done. And he needs to get past as soon as possible, really, if he doesn't want to continue losing time to Tomlin just up in front. We are just under 30 minutes into this race now. Sorry, left of this race. And we'll keep an eye. Oh, a huge mistake there for Kingy. I'm just going to flick off of him to watch a different driver, but that curb on the inside, they're just catching him off guard. Fortunately, unsettling the car. It's so easily done. But luckily, didn't seem to have picked up too much damage. At least visually, we don't know what it's like mechanically though. And Vidico into the pits for his mandatory stop. It looks like Soldatov in P4 now is battling for a podium position here. And he's going to have the slipstream coming down towards the bus stop chicane. Can the Porsche hold on? He's going to go extremely defensive now. But the BMW already slightly ahead. Just needs to be later on the brakes. And he's got the move done. Yeah, great move by the BMW round the outside. Just later on the brakes. And it really seems to pay off that outside line. Especially if you can get your nose just slightly up ahead with the car that you're battling with. But a mistake from Soldatov. Now puts number 78 Porsche back up into P3. And you can see there Vidigo just in the background with Valik behind him. We've got yellow flags out on track. Back to green we go. And looking at the gap at the top, back to 8.4 seconds. So it looks like Vincent back into the groove of things after the pit stop, and that's Valek trying to go around the outside of Vidigo. I think he may have it done here. He's going to be very close to that wall. He's slightly hit it, but he's got that move done nevertheless. And there we go, up a position goes Valek. And that is going to set his sights for the pack just up ahead. Sodotov and the 78 Porsche. Looking further down the field, that is Lopez battling for P14 with Dennis, the two AMGs neck and neck at the moment. Let's see if we can bring up the second camera angle here in a second. Lopez losing some time now to Dennis. The gap's over a second between these two. Torsha now with, I believe, the fastest lap of the race, 144.4. And he's up into P8 as well. Not sure what the gap is to Andrews. Luke Andrews just up ahead. 9 seconds, there we go. So he's got 9 seconds to find. And 25 minutes left of the race, but obviously catching up is one thing, overtaking is another. But as we've seen from Torsha, he's been able to get past a few cars quite easily. Now back to this battle for P20. That's Konstantin just up in front in number 31, Aston, with Borba just within a second. I think he may just have the slipstream here. It's not going to be much of an effect, but he's going to feel a slight pull. See the AMG able to take those curves like they don't even exist. But Carglu finally into the pits. Oh, the Aston in front. Slightly wide there. I think it may have just been out of the wall. And we'll keep an eye on the delta between these two. As we go back to the race leader, Vincent. Still no trouble whatsoever with Blaine in P2 there. Just crossing the line now. 7.6 seconds to Vincent. He is slowly closing in. That last lap, Blaine was 3 tenths quick. Oh no, not even 3 tenths, 2 tenths quicker. So he's slightly closing in, but is it going to be enough? You never know, we're going to have to wait and see. Just looking further down the field, we've got quite a few battles going on. The top half of the field seems to be a bit more spread out, but the bottom half, surprisingly, we've got quite a few battles going on. Carglu, after exiting the pits, is in a bit of a sandwich here. He's got one Aston in front of him, and the Mercedes of Borba just behind. I think we'll go on board with Borba. Just listen to the roar of that AMG. Bit wide there for Constantine. He's held on to that position. Kaglu not able to capitalise on that mistake. Borba, I don't think close enough just yet to go for a move. See, they're down a gear for the Mercedes. Slightly wide through that final corner. He's got a perfect view of the battle just up ahead. Almost too wide into turn 1. 2 into 1 does not go. That wasn't going to work. Now the Mercedes has got the advantage of the slipstream, and we know it's quicker on the straights here. How much he's going to reel them in, don't think it's going to be enough. But yeah, the Mercedes running quite high wing here. And it didn't seem to be able to close in, but on the exit of the bus stop, it's right at the back of them once again. Watkins going is quite a high downforce track, I'd say. So hence why the Mercedes running a bit more rear wing than you'd usually see. But very late on the brakes there for Borba. And all that hard work through the bus stop has been undone. He's got the gap once again to the drivers in front. Looks like Cameron into the pits then, down in P27. He'd already served his mandatory stop, so maybe he's picked up some damage somewhere. These two Astons just up in front, still battling it out, but I think they're going to be even more side by side now, and that is the Aston of Kaglu up a position into P19. Constantine wasn't able to defend that position this time around, and can Borba now get the run that he needs down towards the bus stop to get another position done. And oh, look what's happened there. We may have had a disconnection here. Right, we'll be back in just a moment. Not sure what's happened there. Alright, thankfully no disconnection there, not exactly sure what happened, but we are back in this race. 17 minutes left to go, and let's look at who we were, let's have a look at who we were watching. Let's see, I believe it was further down the field. Not exactly sure what's happened. Michael and Peter are currently running on his own. He's got Hemming about 7 seconds just up in front. Soldatov, though, 2/10 to the 78 Porsche just up in front. So these two have been battling out for the last few laps. Valek has been dropping off slightly, just 5 seconds now to these two in front. Coming towards the bus stop, Soldatov not able to get this move done. He's started, let's see where he started on the grid. Soldatov, it's not going to give me that because we've had to jump out the lobby there, just due to that error we had. But oh, a huge mistake there for Soldatov, very late on the brakes, and he's hit the wall. Can Valek get past? No, looks like Valek still quite a way behind. That's going to be some serious damage, I think, for Soldatov. And that's given the 78 Porsche some breathing room now. He can focus on the track ahead of him. You can see, hasn't really got anything to deal with now. But what a mistake there from Soldatov. You don't often see that at all. And Hemming, oh, a huge accident there. Hemming's had to take the runoff through the bus stop, and Tomlin has stopped there on track. He's going to return the car to the pits. Unfortunate for Tomlin, not exactly sure what happened to him. Maybe came into contact with Hemming. But Tomlin, yes, Tomlin was in P17, so he's into the pits now. Ishaman, I think, is going to get past. He's got Cargley very close behind. We saw earlier on that that's who it was, the two Astons, Cargley and Konstantin, battling it out for position. But Konstantin has dropped back slightly. He's 4 seconds back now to Cargley in P19. But a few more drivers in the pits. I assume it's just due to damage. On board with the Aston of Cargley, taking a much different line there to man just up in front. This is where we saw Soldatov lose it last time, but Cargley thought he was going to go a bit too late on the brakes. Has kept it within the white lines here. He's going to have a look down the inside. He's going to need to be later on the brakes, but he's got to get the car stopped in time. And it looks like he's got that move done as Cargley, and he goes up into P17. Ishaman down into P18. And they have got Torsha coming up to lap them. Torsha in P7. He's got 10 seconds to Vidago. Question is, can he catch up? He's been lapping once again a second quicker than Vidago. It's going to be very tight, I think. I'm not exactly sure if Torsha is going to be able to get this position. But you never know, Vidago could make a mistake somewhere, so Torsha's got to keep pushing. and I'm sure he's definitely going to be doing so. Looking at the gap between the top two as well, still about 5.8 seconds. Blaine has been lapping fairly similarly to Vincent, although that last lap he was a 10th quicker. But obviously not enough to close that gap significantly. Torsha just making his way through the back markers then. Looks like David Borkum's lost the car somewhere. That is Carl Van Horn now directly behind him, side by side here. Well, no, it looks side by side, it's just the camera angle. Borkum slightly late on the brakes there. Carl Van Horn's going to take any opportunity he can get to place his car down the inside. He's going to be on the outside for the next corner though. Can he be later in the brakes and try and hold it around the outside? Oh, a bit of contact between the two. And luckily, neither of them hit the wall. And Balcom's going to hold on to that position though. Carl Van Horn is going to need to get this move done elsewhere. That would have been such a great move if Carl could have got that done around the outside, but obviously a risky move to go for. Tomlin still in the pits. They may have just retired the car. Coming down into turn one, Carl Van Horn has got that move done, so he's up into P21. Balcom down into P22, so I didn't quite catch that. Was just having a look at the timings. These two seem to be the closest on track as we speak. But Kingy in P16 has got about 2.7 seconds to Goltsev in the Aston. Goltsev, there we go. And that fluorescent as number one Aston there. And Kingy's got some traffic to navigate through. And actually, I think that may be Soldatov just up ahead. Let's double check. Yep, definitely Soldatov. So that means these blue flags can come in favour of Kingy here, because that Aston's going to have to move out the way at some point. Balcom and Carl Van Horn still within a second of each other. And there we go. Oh, it's paid in Kingy's favour there. He's got the move done with the Aston having to move out the way for blue flags. And there we go. That is Kingy up into, I believe, P15. So there we go. That will update very shortly once we cross the start-finish line, or even before. But yeah, Kingy up into P15. Goltsev down into P16. He's going to have to make way for, I believe that's Valik, who's coming through now. And their roles are reversed, so Kingy could be under threat of losing a position here. Let's hope he can get past. Oh, very sideways there on the exit of turn one. He's held it together. Let's hope he can time this correctly. And that's what you'll need to do if he wants to hold onto this position. Torsha now. Oh, he really has closed in on Vidigo. The gap's about 1.5 seconds now as we come down towards the bus stop. Torsha's been lapping 3 seconds quicker than Vidigo. 44.8 that last lap for Torsha. And he's very sideways there through the bus stop. Bit of four-wheel drifting there. But Dennis, another drive through for Dennis. I think he may have had a stop go 30 earlier on actually. But he's gone into the pits now to serve that. And wow, just look at the timer. Well, we've only got 6.5 minutes left of this race to go. Cutting it very close is Torsha. He's going to need to get this move done now. Oh, they are neck to neck. Porsche is completely glued on the rear bumper there of Vidigo. Torsha's going to try the outside, but obviously not enough space. He's going to have a look down the inside there. No, he's not. He's going to play the patient game, but the amount of pressure that Vidigo must be feeling. He's going to go defensive coming up towards the final corner, and Torsha's going to try and go for a switchback there. Once again, not enough room. Vidigo placing his car perfectly there to hold off Torsha, but I think he's going to be going for a switchback here, and he's got the move done, perfectly executed there from Torsha, and he's up into P7. Vidigo losing a position there, wasn't able to hold him off for too long, and done and dusted for Torsha. Let's go to the battle for P8, I believe it was. Sorry, not P8, P21 even. Yeah, it's a long way away. I'm not sure how I got confused with those positions. But Carl Van Orn having to defend once again from Balcom. They have, I believe that's Tomlin who's back out on track, so that's good to see. But he is a few laps down now on these two just up ahead of him. Hemming into the pits. What's happened to Hemming? May have picked up some damage, even fuel. But Carl's under some serious pressure here. Could we see some more contact between the two? It's very, very close there. And a stop go 30 as well for Hemming. So that would be for speeding into the pit lane. But Carl Van Horn, I think, is really feeling the pressure. Now he's been in this situation before, so I'm sure he won't be phased at all. But 4 minutes left to go. He's going to have to do everything he can to get past, to hold on to this position. But likewise, Balcom's going to do everything he can to get past, and he's made a mistake there. Oh, into the wall when he's going to pick up some severe damage. He's going to need to hold the brakes there. But that's not going to be good for his fight there to gain P21. That's some heavy damage at the front of that Mercedes. We may even see him into the pits once more. You see that is Jan Barth who's fighting for position as well. So that mistake has brought Jan Barth and Balcom together on track now. I think Balcom may continue out on track. He's only got 3 minutes left to go, and yes he is. The question is, how long can he hold off Jan Barth? It's going to be tough, especially with that damage. Now let's look at the battle for P13. Hemming, is he going to pick this lap? No, he's going to keep it out on track here. And we can see there Jan Barth side by side with the AMG and he's got the move done. Pardon me, into the bus stop. He's moved there for Jan. The Mercedes obviously struggling with that damage, especially on the straight. And we can see here Hemming trying to get this move done on Lopez, but Hemming still has that stop go 30, so it's not really going to help him if he does get past Lopez here. We've got another battle, Sodotov and Valik. Once again, these two have been battling at the start of the race, and now they've found each other on track once again towards the end. We saw earlier Sodotov making that mistake, maybe a lapse in concentration, just outbraking himself ever so slightly, and he lost the car into the wall. But all he has to do, well, I say all he has to do, he has to hold off Valik for another lap. Where's our race leader, Vincent? Yeah, so we are on the last lap then, once these guys cross the line. Yeah, and reminder there from someone in the comments, I can't exactly remember who they are in terms of their PlayStation name or PC name, but make sure to like the stream if you're enjoying what you see. You're still watching this battle between these two, Sodotov and Valik. Valik hasn't been able to get past yet, but I think he's going to try and do everything he can on this final lap. Where is Vincent? Still got a few corners to go. Hemming into the pits for his stop go 30. Valik's going to be quite quick in this final sector. But he's going to need a miracle, I think, if he wants to get past Sodotov. These two very even on pace, lapping in the 146s. I think that last lap though, Valik was 4/10 quicker. It's just so difficult to overtake at Watkins when you don't have those long straights to slipstream past. You need the driver in front to make a mistake, but actually just missed that. Vincent crossing the line, finishing in P1, a very well led race from Vincent. Blaine Hall in P2. Had quite a few good fights on track, and that's a 78 Porsche finishing in P3. I believe they started P1 on track. Sodotov's going to maintain P4, Valik in P5. Torsha is going to come across the line with a nice slide there, nice power slide through the final corner, and he's going to cross the line in P6, taking the fastest lap of the race as well. Vidigo then is going to cross the line in P7. Luke Andrews there, rounding off the final corner now. He's going to just about hold on to P8 with Alessandro in P9. And we've got Michael, who's got a few more corners to go, but he's going to finish comfortably in P10. And that will be your top 10 here for Watkins Glen. You can see all the orders, all the finishing order there on the screen at the moment. But there we go. Michael's going to cross the line in P10, and that is your top 10. What a race we've had here at Watkins Glen. A lot of drama going on, but some excellent battles throughout the field. And obviously, congratulations to Vincent, Blainall, and I'm not going to attempt to pronounce that, but the number 78 Porsche for the top 3 finish, and there we go. That is your race over. Make sure to subscribe and like if you have enjoyed the stream, and we'll see you next time. That's it from us at the SimZone, and a good night.